Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have another deck list. Today we are going to be looking at Desert Dust's Drytron Herald build. Technically a road deck, all things considered, and legal for my tournament. This was during the Meta Sheep tournament, which is a fun little tournament where we get rid of the Winston Cup ban list, and we just use the standard Master Duel ban list. Now, the oh wait, it's not because it has branded stuff. My bad. This is the deck list, and it's a ton of fun. Now, it doesn't make sense at first glance, but bear with me. So, your main engine is obviously Drytron, because Drytron does shenanigans. You're running a rather chunky 3 of Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and Delta. You run Delta because you need to see a Drytron. You need to see more of them. You need to get that tribute engineering going, and Delta is better than Beta by a country mile. For our fairy package, we have Eva, and we have Orange Light and Green Light. Makes sense, along with the 2 ofs Ben 10. Now, there's some shenanigans here with the Cyber Angels. You have, an extra Cyber Angel Ben 10 because you need, things that do things when they are attributed. Also, if it's Ritual Summoned, and it can be Ritual Summoned with just 1 Drytron, it allows you to add another Ritual Spell to your hand, allowing you to get multiple of the Meteoronus Drytron in the rotation. Cyber Angel Natasha is fun because this is a very interesting form of removal. It's capture removal, meaning if you can banish one other Cyber Angel monster from your graveyard, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, special summon this card if you do take control of that monster. That is not a once per turn effect, by the way. So if you have multiple Drytrons in hand and you've only gotten enough Meteoronus once with her this turn, you can do some war crimes with this. Now, I'm sure you noticed the one-off branded fusion and the one-off Fallen of Albaz in the deck. Yes, that is there and existing for a reason. It is because after you have summoned your fucking Vanity's Ruler, I know it's degenerate. After you've summoned your Herald of Perfection, you use your last 2 Drytrons on field to go. As long as you have, hopefully having either a Link Karibo or a Mu Beta Fafnir in hand on field, to then go into either Lubellion if you have a dark, or Albion if you have a light, and then go into Mirror Jade. So the end board of this should look somewhat similar to the following. The big heavy hitters that you should have on field are Mirror Jade, it should be Vanity's Ruler, and it should be Herald of Perfection. And we're using Herald of Perfection here because Herald of Perfection only requires 1, and frankly, you're already preventing special summoning with Vanity's Ruler, so there's no need to go into ultimateness. It's already a once per turn Omni negate that oh no, it doesn't cover summoning. Oh how sad. You also have your Medoro to get your fucking branded fusion back into the deck if you whiff, as we will see in the following duel. Shall we? So, while the deck very much can, even uninterrupted, can do some pretty great shenanigans, there are some glaring choke points available to you. Now, this is a bad hand. This is not a good hand. So we had to put some work in to get out of this. We used the Thune Band to get into the Ben 10. We used the Delta to draw a card. We lucked out and got Jack in the hand. And we're able to get that off. Jack in the hand is actually kind of important here. It allows you to search 3 of your Drytrons that you haven't already activated and get them into your hand to start your rotation proper. Problem is, I already had used a Thune Ban, and I was hoping that the person was stupid, and they were, and they picked Gamma, which was perfectly fine. More materials on board means more shenanigans can occur. I attribute the second Ben 10 I have to get the Vanity's Ruler. I use 2 of the Drytrons to go into HIMediaTV Fafnir. I send the Zeta because I still need to get that into rotation. Activate its effect, tributing the Meteoronus Dracondius in hand, and get a Meteoronus Drytron spell. At this point, I go into Drytron Anaconda prematurely. Activate Meteoronus Drytron to get Ben 10. Activate its graveyard effect to then summon the second Ben 10 to field. Doing this to tribute summon Vanity's Ruler, filling up my hand with some Omni Negates because I know I'm not going to be able to go into Perfection this turn, so I thought it'd be good to have some coverage for orange and green light. I then go into the Verte, and they use the Imperm they saved for the choke point. Although, so at this point, I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what are they going to do? I've got Vanity's Ruler, and that can do a lot, but I quite literally died to either Lightning Storm or Raigeki Break or Raigeki here, so I'm fingers crossed that they're not running that. It's unfortunate that I realize, granted, I should have realized by the fact that they have the Medolce field and their fucking card sleeves that they were running Trap Tricks, and because this Herald does not run Purple Light, Herald of Purple Light, we are unfortunately unable to do anything with the traps that are going to be gimping us in the next turn. So we hit our draw phrase. Top deck a Meteoronus Drytron. What a draw! Heart of the cards. We use it to We use HIMediaTV Fafnir to bring back the Ben 10. Tribute to the Ben 10 to get the other Drytrons. We get Gravedigger trapped. Oh fuck! But the Ben 10 still gets off. We can use Herald of Perfection. We can tribute Herald of Perfection in hand to get the Zeta and search Dawn of the Herald. And we get the Meteoronus Drytron back. It allows us to activate the Gamma. You get back the Gamma and the HIMediaTV Fafnir. Use the HIMediaTV Fafnir to draw a card off of Delta. We top deck Nova, which is awesome, but more materials on field is always good. We get the Linkuriboh back. We use the Meteoronus Drytron to bring out, finally, Herald of Perfection. We now have 2 Omni Negates on board. Fuck. Floodgate Trap Hole. We now have 1 Omni Negate on board. A Vanity's Ruler and Herald of Perfection with nothing else. God, please, let's hope that we're going to be okay. We get in for a bunch of damage here. Not enough. The Thuban gets sent to the Shadow Realm because of Nova's and Graveyard Effect. And then they basically try to like nail our shit again. They go to the end phase because we use the effective Linkuriboh to get them low. We top deck at Ash Blossom, which is kind of useless at this point. I use the Albaz in hand because Brandon's dead right now to go to Nightmare Unicorn, send their field spell back and just run over the top deck. Vanity's Ruler, white finishes up the face down card on their field. It really didn't matter what it was. They go back to their turn, and then they scoop because they can't do anything because it's Trap Trick and they weren't able to set up turn 1. And if Trap Trick can't set up turn 1, they lose. So what have we gained and what have we lost here? So the deck for me is a lot of fun because the concept of playing a ritual-based archetype and then going into like fusions for funsies is great. On the other hand, though, it's like, is it really a ritual fusion deck if the rituals in question are just, if like the fusions in questions are just, negate dies to an Ash and then that entire half part of your deck is cut off. I mean, all things considered, nothing was lost there per se. Like we weren't able to go into Mirror Jade, but even so, I would have liked to. Another thing, the deck has outside of Herald of Perfection, if you don't get that on the field, you are super susceptible to board wipes, like in an almost disgusting sense. If you can get it out, great. I understand. I acknowledge. I was debating with Dust, my moderator who ran this in the tournament. Maybe pre-prep could help you get, Herald in your hand more consistently, but you run the risk of some bricks, and that's fair. There's an entire spreadsheet you can get off the Yu-Gi-Oh! Off the Master Duel Discord, I believe, just for this deck list. But I didn't look at that because I'm lazy, because I suck. Big ops to Desert Dust. His YouTube channel will be tagged in the description of this video. Please go subscribe to him if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed to me, please consider doing so. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, the Winston Cup. This one was a lot of fun. Des kind of ran away with it all. I tried running Pearly. All the Pearly decks kind of got trounced a little bit during that tournament. It was a shame to see, but it is what it is. Regardless, the next Winston Cup at time of filming is going to be next Wednesday, 18th of October. I would love to see you guys there. Go to the my link tree in the bio, and that'll lead to the web app, which will lead, and then you just hit the drop down there, and there's the challenge link. I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll tune in the 18th of October, this coming Wednesday, for the 11th Winston Cup, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Toodles.